So I got out my to-do list, a total of 4 of them. So I'm currently working on this snuggler, grand total of everything that I prepped. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica and I run a small business called Looping Teddies. So welcome back to another video. We are doing another week of market prep, preparing for my next market, but also the whole fall and winter season, where I'm currently signed up for 7 more markets. So I definitely have a lot to prep. But first of all, I wanted to show you what I've been working on this week so far, because it's currently Tuesday evening. So I have already started working on some projects that I want to share with you right now. So first of all, after my last market, I had a custom order for a cat, and I really like to do these orders because people always send me pictures of their pets and then I try to recreate them in plushie form. And this time I got to make a cat. I will put a picture up here of the original cat or a cat that looks similar to the one of my customer. And I already completed the order. So here is the little kitty. And I really tried to mimic the fur pattern, so the stripes and the different colors of the fur. Has a black tail tip and then also some striped feet as well. And I think this turned out really nicely. So I just messaged my customer earlier today and sent them some pictures of the finished cat and a link to pay. So I'm currently waiting on that and their address so I can pack this one up and send it out to my customer. So that is the first custom order that I had to do completed. I actually have a lot more custom orders to do. So there's definitely a lot more custom order packing coming this week. But also I just sent in my application, so my final application, because I got into another Christmas market that is happening, I believe it's the last day of November and the first day of December. So it's a 2-day market event. And that will be my most expensive market ever. So the cost for those 2 days is 380 euros and I just signed up for that. So I need to prep so much for the fall and winter season, but that is a problem for future me. For now, I still want to get into all of the other things that I have made so far this week. So if you watched last week's video, I went on vacation for a couple of days last week, and while we were in the car, I was riding in the passenger seat and crocheting the whole time. So I have a lot of whips to complete this week. I have already gotten started on completing some of them. So first of all, I finished my purple penguins. So here they are. I have a total of 4 of them. So they are all completed, and these are different than my regular penguins because they're purple. And I made one for my last market, or I made one at my last market, and once I put it out, it took like 5 minutes for it to sell. So I wanted to make a couple more for this time, and I'm also planning on making even more different colors. So definitely I want to make a blue colored penguin and possibly like green and pink, because I think those are the colors that tend to sell the most across all of the different plushie types that I offer. These are the colors that probably sell the best, so I want to offer penguins in all of those 4 colors. But for now I only have those 4 purple penguins, and the rest of the whips that I started last week I have not worked on yet. So I have a lot more in this basket, so lots of orange kitties, 5 to be honest. And then I have an even bigger whip bag where there's currently so many turtle parts in here. It's not even funny. Like, this is all turtle parts and for some reason some gummy bears. But I have 9 turtle shells in this color, and then lots of fins and heads in this color. So I want to finish all of these turtles this week. I actually have so much to do that I wrote out a to-do list this week of things that I definitely want to complete this week, and I will just go and get it and kind of tell you all about the plans for this week. Okay, so I got out my to-do list. I tried to make it pretty, to make it less intimidating. On this to-do list, we have a lot of topics to cover. First topic I already completed. I emailed the market organizer and sent them my application form for this super expensive market. So that is done. I sent out an email to my customer for the custom order with the kitty. So that is done. I'm just waiting on their reply to send this custom kitty out. Then I need to figure out the shipping costs for my biggest custom order ever. So there's a group of friends that ordered a lot of plushies from my shop. It's almost 100 euros worth of plushies that they ordered, and I need to fit them all into a box. So I need to figure out what the shipping is going to be before I can charge them. So I need to figure that out. Then I have a custom order that is currently the bane of my existence, so I'm not even sure. So I'm doing a custom order for somebody that I know, and this custom order has exponentially intensified my hatred for cotton yarn. So I'm currently working on this snuggler, and this will eventually be an elephant snuggler, but I'm not sure if you can tell, but this yarn is so thin. Like, I had to buy a 2.5 millimeter hook for this project because I've never used any yarn that was this thin before, and it's just so much work for it to basically be the size of my hand. So this custom order is one that I cannot wait to finish and get out, because I love using chenille yarn and cotton yarn is just not my medium. Like, I'm happy to do this custom order, don't get me wrong, but cotton is just not my type of thing. So I need to finish this one and get it out of my face. I need to buy a 4-foot table. That is a thing that I have been putting off for a couple of weeks, but my next market is coming up pretty quickly. And by now I have just so many different products that I need another table, and I really need to buy that for my next market. So that is something else on my list. I also want to finish all 5 of these cats, and then I started working on a mallard duck. So this is the same pattern as the penguins. So this is the same pattern, just different color changes. And I want to make 5 mallard ducks this week. I also want to finish all of the turtles. So I want to make 9 turtles this week. And then there's a big fun topic on my list as well, which is my tent. Because quite a while ago when I bought my tent, I used it for a market, and this was the first time I used my tent, and one of the legs kind of broke. So it was a huge struggle to get this tent to fold back down. I had to ask all of the vendors around me, and there was 4 people struggling with this tent to get it to fold down again. And now I just shoved it in my basement and haven't touched it since then. So I need to get that out of my basement and try it out before next week, because that is when my market will be, and that is when I will need to use that tent again. So I'm really hoping that I can figure out what's wrong with it and possibly fix it. So really not looking forward to this topic, but something that I really need to get done this week. So that is the plan. Lots of custom orders, lots of projects to start and finish. And for now, I'm thinking that I will probably work on these kitties first, because I finished this custom cat this week already. So I'm kind of into cat making right now. So this is probably the thing that I will be working on first. And I will check back in with you when there's anything that I can show you. Hey friends, it is now a Wednesday, and yesterday evening I managed to finish 3 of the little kitties. So I have 2 more to complete. And since I have about half an hour until I have to start my work day, I'm thinking that I can get both of them done before starting work. So that's what I will be doing now.
Someday never comes. Road trips and shotgun, sunshine on my skin. Smile is kicking in, vibes are in the air, jumping everywhere. Endless nights, 'cause summer's on my mind. I'm drenched in sunshine and good times, changing the station with an open mind. I don't wanna sound selfish, but I'm not coming back. The highs of your touch like vertigo. It's a fight or flight rush, no way to take.
Hey guys, it is now quite a while later and I have actually finished my workday already. And I didn't check back in with you during my lunch break because the gardening people were absolutely declaring war on the lawn outside of our apartment building. So it was just so loud during my lunch break that I could not record. But I was working on the mallard ducks during my lunch break and I actually finished 2 more of them. So I didn't finish them, but I crocheted their unstuffed bodies. So here they are. So I currently have 3 of them that I still need to put eyes in and stuff, and I would love to make 2 more of them today just so I can kind of like bulk make them. That's what I like to do during market prepping. So bulk prepping means that I make a lot of stuff and then I move on to the next step with a lot of items. So as I said, I like to crochet a lot of these and then I will put eyes into all of them, so one after another, and then I will sew on the beaks one after another, move on to the next step, stuff them and close them up. So that just saves a bit of time on every single item and saves kind of a lot of time in the long run. So that's what I like to do for market prepping items. And then this afternoon I got an exciting package because I have to ship out my custom kitty that I showed you yesterday, and I kind of want to pack it up today because I will be going to the office tomorrow. And what I usually like to do for those days is take all of the packages that I have to ship out on those days because I'm already like in town and I can just drop the packages off during my lunch break and not have to go into town just for dropping off packages, but kind of use it when I'm already there. So I recently lowered the shipping fees for my packages because I realized that I can ship a lot of my items, especially like smaller items, in smaller packaging that has lower shipping fees. So I reduced them for most of my items on my Etsy, and I also want to ship this custom cat that was not sold over Etsy with the smaller packaging, but I didn't really have any boxes that kind of fit the requirements. So there's like certain height, width and depth that you have to stay in to get the lower shipping rate, and I didn't have any boxes that fit those requirements because the boxes that I originally bought were too big for that. So I ordered some smaller boxes and they arrived today. So here they are. The inside is brown and the outside will be white, which I think will look pretty cool because the other boxes that I used to ship my items in were just the regular brown, but these were the same price as the brown boxes, so I went with the white. And this should be, if it's correct, this should be 100 boxes. So I'm not really sure, I haven't counted them, but they are kind of thin, but my items are not that heavy, so I'm thinking that they will just fit very nicely with my items. But for now I will open them up and build up the first box and pack my cat, because that is the thing that I want to take to work tomorrow. And then after that I might work on making some more of these mallard ducks, or also working on my not so much passion project, the elephant that I'm making out of cotton yarn. I really need to complete that because that needs to go out by next week. So I have a bit of time on that, but also it's taking me kind of a super long time to finish anything with this elephant because The yarn is just so tiny, so I really need some more time to work on that as well. But for now, I will work on getting the kitty packaged, and then we will see.
Got me feeling like I could breathe in space, in space. Some may never come, road trips and shotgun, sunshine on my skin, smile is kicking in, vibes are in the air, jumping everywhere, endless nights, 'cause summer's on my mind.
Hey guys, it is now Friday, and yesterday I ended up going into the office, so that always leaves me with way less time in my day because I need to go there and go back, and I don't have any time during my lunch break to make anything. So I thought I would check back in with you today and show you everything I finished since I last spoke to you on Wednesday. So first of all, I ended up dropping off my cat yesterday, and I quickly realized that it was a great choice to switch to the smaller packaging and ship my items this way because the post office ended up being closed again yesterday. So I don't really know what's going on with them because it's always closed when I go there, even though it's supposed to be open. So I don't really know what's going on there. But with the smaller packaging, I actually am able to drop my packages off into the big postage boxes in front of the post office, so it doesn't even have to be open for me to drop off my stuff. So that was awesome. I got to send out my cat yesterday, so that's great, and done and finished. And then yesterday after work I was working on my elephant that I keep complaining about because it is so much work for such a small plushie. But I finally finished it. So here it is, and you would not guess how much work this was because it's tiny, like it's not even the size of my head, but it ended up taking such a long time. Like this is probably the plushie that took me the most hours of all of the plushies that I've ever made. So here it is. I'm not really sure how I feel about this project now, but it looks exactly the same like the one in the picture at the top of the pattern, so I guess it turned out nicely, but this is not like really my style, so I'm glad that I'm finished with it, and I'm glad that I will get it out to my customer soon, but I will not be working on any more cotton projects in the near future. Like I'm not seeing that in my future because I am more of a plush yarn kind of person because this is just so much work. I have such respect now for the people that work with cotton yarn because you have to be so patient, and also my cotton yarn always like frayed and parts of the string would come with the hook and other parts would just like not cooperate. So super happy that this is finished now, and I'm not sure how much I will be charging for it because I'm obviously not going to be able to charge for my time on this one because it took me like 15 hours. That is just way too much, but I'm not really sure. I'm thinking like 40 to 45 euros, but I haven't decided yet. But it is finally finished. It is out of sight for me now, and I also was working on some more of the mallard ducks that I was working on Wednesday already, and I kept making some more bodies because I was just feeling it, and I also want to kind of like bulk make them, so make a lot of them and then move on to the next step, which is putting in the eyes and sewing them up and stuffing them and all of that. So I wanted to have a lot of mallard duck bodies first. So I now have quite a lot of them completed. There is 9 in total here, and I'm currently working on a 10th one, and this is probably where I will stop for now and then move on to actually finishing them up, because I have just about a week before my next market, and I definitely have some other plushies that I'm running really low on. So I currently have a single bee keychain and also a lot of my small plushies I need to really restock before next week, because this next market that I'm going to is another free market, so I did not have to pay any booth fees for that. It's in the same location as my first market was, where it's right in front of like a big furniture store, and it's kind of like a deal for us vendors to set up there for free, and then in return the shop gets to stay open on Sunday. So I will be setting up with them again. I've set up with them once before. It was actually for my first market, so I'm going back there. And last time, because this market is not something that people intentionally go to, it's more like they want to shop at that furniture store and then they kind of like walk around and look at all of the vendors. There's around 15 to 20 vendors there. I'm not sure if all of them that were there the last time will be back this time, but the people who shop from us vendors there are not there to shop from us, but from the store. So last time what ended up happening is that I sold a lot of my small plushies, so thinking this size and smaller, especially all of my mini items that cost like 5 or 6 euros. So I definitely want to have enough for them. And also thinking about fall and winter season, I should probably start working on my mini items first and really stock up on them. I'm talking like having 100 of each of my mini plushies before I move on to the bigger items, because I will definitely sell all of my mini items. They are continuously my best seller at every single market I go to. So I definitely should start with prepping a lot of them and then moving on to the bigger items that sometimes sell and are just not as popular as my mini items. So I should definitely work on those first. So after finishing up my mallard ducks, I will be moving on to mini items again and working on those for the remaining days before the market. And then also what I really need to do before this next market is mock set up my tent, because I'm still not sure if it's broken, because the last time I set my tent up I was not able to take it down again because there was something wrong with one of the legs, and I have not touched this tent since. So I'm thinking that either tomorrow or on Sunday I really have to get that out of my basement and set it up and see what's wrong with it and if I can fix it. So that is something that I also need to do. And then I still need to order my table that I want to get for my setup. So another 4-foot table. And I looked at the store where I got my other 2 tables that I currently have from, and they actually discontinued the table that I have. So that is kind of unfortunate, because I now have to find a different table that kind of looks the same as the other one and it's the exact same height and stuff like that. So I really have to look into that this weekend so I can have it by the time of my next market next weekend. So that's the plans for now. I'm thinking that today I will hopefully finish the last duck body and maybe might even move on to finishing them. So that's all for now. I know I've talked for like 10 minutes now, but there's just a lot that's going on right now and that is happening and that I need to plan for the next season, because I've never actually done a fall or winter season in my small business, so I kind of really want to be prepared for that. Hey guys, it is now Saturday and I wanted to check in with you today because I have been quite busy working on all of the small business things that I need to be working on today. So first of all, this morning we got my tent out of our basement and put it up and looked at the tent leg that was making trouble last time. So we actually disassembled the whole leg and reshaped the bobbin little part, the part that you need to push in to be able to put the tent leg up and down, because that was kind of like bent in a weird way, so it wasn't able to slide inside of the tent leg anymore. So that was what we did this morning, and now it's perfectly fine again. So I'm super happy about this. I was kind of nervous about putting up the tent because I was kind of scared that it was broken beyond any point where you could fix it anymore. But I'm super glad that this worked out fine. So that is something that I'm super excited about, and I'm so glad that my tent is fine, that I can use it next week, because I did not book a tent for next week. I could have booked a tent. It would have been 35 euros fee for 2 days, but I decided not to because I do have a tent, and super glad that this worked out because the tent is actually okay. So that is that. And then about my mallard ducks, like, I did not really work on them today. They're kind of like in the same state that they were in yesterday. There are 10 bodies in here now, so I finished the last one, so these are a project for tomorrow because I am about to head out for dinner today. So this did not happen today, but I was sitting outside on my balcony and working on some more projects because it was a super nice sunny day today, and I was working on my mini bees that will eventually turn into my bee chains. So they will have a little keychain on them, and I finished them all the way up until at this point you now have to make the wings and add them and then add the keychain part. But I worked on quite a lot of them, so I will see if I can hold all of them up at the same time because there is kind of a lot. So as you can tell, there's so many of them. I made them in 2 different colors, so here's all the yellow and black and all the yellow and brown, and I have 6 of the yellow and black here, and there's actually 7 of the yellow and brown, so currently up to 13 of those, and I want to get all the way up till 20 until I move on to the next step. So again, I want to save time on market prepping by making all of the bee bodies first and then moving on to the next step. So that is what I did today, and as I said, I'm now going to head out for dinner, and I'm not sure if I will be working on some more projects today. guys, it is actually now a Monday afternoon and I have gotten off of work already, and I wanted to check in with you and show you everything I finished since I last spoke to you. So I was working on the mallard ducks yesterday and I finished so much yesterday, so I wanted to get into that. So here we have quite the big basket of stuff that I finished since I last spoke to you. So as you can tell, there's all of the ducks in here, so 10 in total. And then I also finished all of the bees. I will not be getting them out because there's just so many, so 20 bees. So I'm super happy with all of the stuff that I finished this week. It's actually quite a lot, and what I thought about now doing for market prepping for the fall and winter season is doing like a short recap of everything that we finished this week, just to kind of show you what is possible to prep in a week, because I know that a lot of us have a lot of markets lined up for fall and winter season, and that this is kind of like the busiest time of year. So you should definitely start prepping now, and I kind of want to show what is possible in a week and like how much inventory is doable in 1 week. So just to kind of give you an idea when you should start prepping for your markets, I know that I have so many lined up that I just need to continuously market prep all of the time until my last market is going to be mid-December. So until then I need to be market prepping all of the time. But let's get into a market prep recap. Okay, so what I thought about doing in this market prep recap is showing you all of the items I made and kind of telling you how much I sell them for, and then kind of give you a grand total of everything that I prepped and how much it is worth. So we started out this week by finishing 4 purple penguins, and I sell them for 10 euros each, so that's 40 euros in inventory for those 4. Then next I finished 5 orange cats, and I'm currently selling them for 12 euros, but I will be bumping them up to 14 in the holiday season because they are just some of my best sellers, and I think that they will still sell at 14 euros. So selling them at 14 euros would mean that they are worth 70 euros. Then next I finished 10 mallard ducks, and they are the same pattern as the penguins, so I also sell them for 10 euros each. So that means that's another 100 euros in inventory. And then finally we finished 20 of those little bee chains, and I sell them for 5 euros each. And so 20 of those means 100 euros in inventory. So in total we prepped 39 items this week, and the total retail price of them is 310 euros. So that is kind of like to give you an idea what is possible in a week while I'm also working a full-time job. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is the end of this week's market prep, and if you are still here, comment the next color of penguins that I should make. I'm thinking about blue, green or pink, so please comment down below which color you would like to see next, and I will see you all again next week for a market vlog, because I have my market this weekend and I'm super excited about it. So definitely stay tuned for that, and I will see you then. Until then, bye.